Welcome to HHN Squads Reviewing the Fear podcast, where we review haunts, movies, and all things horror. We are coming to you live on July 17th, 2016. Tonight we will be talking about the Walking Dead attraction at Universal Studios Hollywood. This is the first year-round attraction since 2014's House of Horrors. I would like to introduce our amazing panel tonight. We have Creepy Carpy with us.
Hey, what's up? I'm basically the only one here right now.
Yeah, and that's our panel. Anyway, we're going to have
I don't know where everyone else is.
Yeah, we don't know where the rest of them are, so they'll be joining in different times throughout the night. So we're just going to wait for them. I don't know exactly who's joining, but possibly Gage from Fearing HHN and Clarence from Nubnuts. Finally got that name right. All right, so we're going to get to our first topic right now, and we're just going to kind of maybe stall on this topic for a while since there's a lot to talk about. And the first topic is the queue of the attraction. And I think maybe we could just start from the opening facade, the front of everything. And I don't know if you want to start on that.
Yeah, I mean it's all bundled, but it looks pretty crazy. I mean, like the first time I saw the facade in real life, I actually got chills for some reason because of the helicopter crashed and you can see like the wires coming down from it and the TV show theme song just booming from the speakers and like a bunch of guests surrounding it and going in, and the staff dressed as Atlanta emergency operators, I think. I don't know. It's a good facade, but it's probably not the best because, I don't know, that helicopter, the rotor, it's basically just like a toothpick with other things around it. Yeah, it's not very realistic, to be honest, but I guess they could get away with that since nobody really questions it.
Yeah. I did notice the helicopter didn't I mean, it looks really real, and it looks about as real as they could probably make it, but it doesn't exactly look like they just bought a helicopter and put it up there.
Yeah.
If they did do that, then I guess we're just seeing it wrong and overthinking it, but I mean, it does kind of look like manufactured a little more, if that made sense at all.
Yeah, my best friend, wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
My best friend, Analia, when we were there with the squad, she noticed that you could hear the rotor slowly turning, but the rotor wasn't turning at all. Like, they had the sound effect of the helicopter rotor slowly spinning and creaking, but the thing wasn't moving at all. I wish it kind of had some kind of movement with the helicopter incorporated inside of it, but I don't know. It looks like it could hit the roof, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just like smack against it.
I think it was probably about as good as they could make it, along with the helicopter side of it. Personally, I really like the facade. I thought it was it's definitely something very different, and it's not something we've ever seen before with any other attraction in the park. All the other facades for attractions in the park are kind of like lame, honestly, in my opinion. So I really do think that this is a good step in the right direction for facades, since Disney kind of focuses on facades a little more than Universal. It was a breath of fresh air to see a cool themed out facade. It's definitely not what I expected, especially when they said it was going to be the hospital. I was expecting more of something like along the lines of what the hospital actually looked like from the show.
Yeah.
Inside, it looked identical. It looked amazing inside, and it honestly looked exactly like a real hospital. Just the outside didn't exactly look like the one from the show. So, yeah. And one thing that I was kind of expecting is I saw the press videos, and there was a whole bunch of junk on the side of the the big arch that they have there, and it looked really cool, and it looked like the HHN junk that they put around for like exterminators and the purge and everything. And it looked really cool. It's just they didn't have that in the actual attraction. Like they didn't actually have those piles of trash, which kind of disappointed me, but honestly not too big of a deal.
Yeah, I guess like having those decorations out there would have made it look a little bit cheap. Not that it would. It's just like, I don't know, just looking at it, it kind of has like a little cheap feel. Just like a bunch of trash and barricade outside of the hospital, just like positioned in those. My English. What's my English today? I'm like messing up on my words. Like
I was messing
the
up.
words coming out of my mouth cannot be processed correctly.
Yep. Well, would you like to try to fix those words?
Nope, I don't even want to try anymore.
All right. All right then. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and tweet about this so we can get some more viewers up in here. Hold up. All right.
And hopefully more people in the panel as well.
Yes, of course. Honestly, most of our viewers and most of the views to this podcast, surprisingly, at least to my surprise, come from after the podcast is live, which is weird to me because, I mean, do people really have that much time to watch us talk and ramble for an hour and a half? Like, all right, I'm glad you guys are so interested in us, and thank you for supporting the channel. But yeah. All right, so hold on. All right, live podcast, and there's the link, and tweet out. All right, there we go. Okay, so I think we can continue along the lines of the queue. I think the next part is I think we should talk about the indoor queue because we kind of already talked about the outdoor queue. It's just, it's a hospital. It doesn't exactly look like the hospital from the show.
And, I mean, we have those like bodies hanging outside.
Yeah.
And the wheelchair just like flipped over. I don't know. It kind of seemed off with the fake blood all over it. I don't know. I wish they made it like look more old instead of like fresh blood.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of did like the fresh blood look, and I liked all the blood that they were putting around it. Honestly, I liked it. And I mean, again, it doesn't.
I mean, on the body bag.
Oh yeah, on the body bag.
Yeah, the body bag.
I mean, it looked a little too red to be like old. It did definitely look new, but I didn't have a problem with it. It's not something that they had in the show, obviously, but it looked fine to me.
Anyways, the blood, it looks so wet. Like,
yeah. Especially
it looked really fresh on the floor.
The stuff inside looked really good too.
Yeah, the hair coming out of it.
Oh yeah, that was, and I was looking at it, and I mean, this is kind of a sidetrack, and we'll talk about it later, but like, the hair really looked like the hair from the one in the prison, and the hair, the bloody hair, stopped after the prison scene. So I honestly think that the prison walker was the one that they were kind of hinting to throughout all the hairy blood. Because there's just a whole bunch of hints of it in the queue, and then through the prison and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it was. All right. So the rest of the queue, let's go ahead and start on the first huge hallway that you walk into. The first hallway is, when I first saw it in the videos, I was like, wow, this looks exactly like you just walked into a hospital. Like, it looked really real. I don't know about you.
Yeah. It looked really immersive. Just the amount of detail on the walls and that I think it said Harrison Memorial Hospital, just the text on it. And I
Yeah.
was like, and and the bullet holes, like being there in real life, it's crazy how much on the amount of detail they put in the environment. Just
Yeah, there
just looking at those bullet holes, it's just crazy.
Yeah, the bullet holes were really cool and they looked really real. And also the blood, that wet blood, it's cool. I think they call, I don't know if it was perma blood or what, but whatever it was, it always looked wet and it always looked really cool. And
Also, like, oh, sorry. I need to stop interrupting you every time.
no, it's all right. I honestly am just like thinking of things to say, so you go ahead.
I really like how they like put the debris on the ground, yet it's not in the way of your feet.
Oh yeah.
Like just walking around looking at the newspapers on the ground and the soda cans just pressed onto the ground, like it's cemented on the ground. You can't like step on it and feel like bumps on it. So I really like the realistic look, and I also like the fact that it doesn't get in your way.
It was definitely really cool. I thought it was a really creative way to show the debris and it made it look really like you really were stepping into the land. I honestly feel like cuz after being there for an entire week, looking throughout the park and going through the entire park for an entire week, I noticed that probably the most immersive things, like the longer Universal goes on, the more immersive attractions they make. Like every single attraction they release becomes more immersive. Harry Potter and the Wizarding World and Hogsmeade, was that's definitely one of the most amazing lands in like all of theme parks. And then to release The Walking Dead, where they go so far to put newspaper in the ground, it just everything was really themed really well, and it's you definitely just walked into the land of the Walking Dead. So, and you get that from the second you walk under that arch. All right,
Yeah, and I also like
so
the Easter eggs just around, like scattered around, like, and everywhere you look, there's some type of hint towards a character or a location from the TV show.
and it honestly is like for both the queue and the attraction, it is like close to impossible to get all the Easter eggs because
Yeah.
in the queue, personally, I was there the last 4 hours of the park and I didn't have enough time. Like the wait time was not long enough for me to read all the things on that bulletin board in the queue. And that had stuff with like Father Gabriel. It had stuff with like Rick on there, had Rick's files on the floor everywhere. Like there is no way, even in the queue where you're standing and waiting, it's so hard to get all the Easter eggs. Then you go through the actual attraction, and if you try to get all the Easter eggs, the ops people make you move along and they won't let you look at them, which is why it's so freaking hard to find Negan's bat anywhere.
Oh yeah, I swore Murdy said that Negan's bat was in there. I'm not sure.
He just
I
said that there
swear to
were
God,
things for
Lucio.
Negan. He never said that Negan's bat was in it. So I honestly don't feel I feel like he's not going to tell us if it's in there or not because he's just going to be like, "Oh, keep going back, keep looking for it." Cuz I asked all the ops people and they're like, "Oh, there's nothing even close to it."
Oh my God. Well, did they confirm any other Easter eggs though?
Uh, well, no, cuz I didn't ask him about those.
Okay.
Cuz I didn't
You
I pretty much found the
all right.
rest of them, so which
Hey.
like a whole crap ton of them are in the prison, so
I mean, Murdy even tweeted to me that Negan's bat, Lucille, is extremely hard to find. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 10.
well that
So I don't know
probably
if he's just playing with me, I don't know if he's playing with me that it's not in there, or it is really hard to find and it's in there somewhere.
Well, I mean, it would be extremely hard to find if it's not in there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably what he meant because all the ops people said it's not in there, and without honestly moving props out of the way, I have no idea how there's any way of finding it. So, and I went through the thing 35 times. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't find it. Okay, so Clarence just texted me. He is trying to get on right now, but his internet is messing up on him. So we might get Clarence very soon. I don't know where Gage is, and I don't know where Jose is. Jose is in a movie right now, and he might be on later on. But I think we're just going to have to go ahead and go on with the queue, and then we'll get in with the attraction walkthrough description. So the queue, let's finish off in the... Oh, let's talk about the dead inside door. What did you think about it?
Don't dead open inside.
Yes.
I really like the hand movements. Just, I don't know, it looked more realistic than it did on the videos, especially in that behind the scenes video. Like, I don't know who uploaded it. It wasn't Universal for sure. It was some kind of media website. No, media channel. They showcased a video of like a behind the scenes look at the Walking Dead attraction where they interviewed Murdy and Greg Nicotero.
I saw that.
I think after, no, it was before they released that K&B effects video.
Yeah.
Where they showcased the bicycle girl.
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah, I think
yeah, I saw that one.
I think they either uploaded before or directly after, but it showed the don't open dead inside doors. You could hear see, this is what I'm talking about. My English right now, it's not working. You could hear Murdy in the background going 3, 2, and go, and then the door slowly open, and then the next clip shows like the walker's hand movements, and it looked so animatronic, like it was all jittery and didn't look realistic at all. Like,
so it definitely...
and then when you go, wait, what?
He definitely improved it since that video.
Yeah. Well, it had like lights on, so I don't know if it was the lighting or if it was the improved animatronic movement, but it looked realistic when you're actually there. And I like how if you could like clearly see a zombie inside it, or a walker.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You could see like a single walker in there. I don't know. It kind of looked off. The fact that there's so many hands coming out of the door and there's only one clear walker that you could see inside of there.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like if they were to put more in there, it would just be a waste of dummies because not many people are looking that far in. They're just looking looking to take a selfie with it at me. I think that they did it probably the best they could. I mean, I don't think Universal is definitely like the master of animatronics, but I definitely did like a lot of the animatronics in this attraction. They were really cool. I like the dead inside door. Definitely a great photo op. I took a whole bunch of photos with it. And it's really cool. I thought it was really cool that they put it in the queue. So you could definitely look at it more and examine it more. And there was a lot to look at, and it was really fun to be in that queue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting to look at once you're like waiting in line. I thought it would take like long, like you could easily miss it when you're waiting in line, but no, it was timed correctly and quick. It wasn't too quick, nor was it too slow for the doors to open and close back in.
I looked at the wall throughout the queue and the attraction itself. And there are a lot of things at the lower bottom of the wall that have these like digital trip wires that when you go by it turns on a certain effect. And I noticed one that was right before the dead inside door. So I think they might have an automatic timer on that thing, but then when that wires trip, they reset it and they do it again. Because every time I walked through, the dead inside door just had started. So that tripwire definitely works.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was like this infrared sensor. I don't know what kind of sensor, but there were like two things on the side of the wall, and right when I walked past it, that's when the dead inside door would open. So, yeah. All right. So let's talk about the final room for the queue. I just want to go ahead and start off saying the transition between queue and attraction is awesome. Like there's no time and there's no like breather or transition between anything in this. Like everything, there are no black walls anywhere. Everything is right back to back, and everything's themed. And maybe that's just because of the size of everything, but like queue goes straight into the attraction with the hallway and everything, and the final hallway of the hospital, and everything just looked really cool. So there was always something to look at. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this room in particular had so many Easter eggs.
Yeah.
There were so many compiled like trash and equipment, and yeah, I don't know. Anything you look at has some kind of hint to it towards a character and a location from the show, as I said before. Let's see, what Easter eggs were in that particular room?
Yeah. I thought it was even cool how like they definitely do build up this suspense in this attraction. I mean, even in that room in there, I was watching people, they were freaking out and getting scared by just like the lights turning on and off and that loud sound of the electricity like breaking and stuff. It was just really cool because everything is building up the suspense, and people were honestly terrified walking in, whereas House of Horrors, people like walked through this fun little well-lit area and then to this odd little hole in the wall, which was weird. But yeah, that it was definitely everything. Personally, in my opinion, and we'll talk about scares later, but overall, queue and attraction, I honestly think this is scarier than House of Horrors.
Yeah, but honestly, I expected, like, in the videos, it showed, like, the queue being darker. And actually there, it's just, like, I don't know. I guess it does have to be a little bit bright for people to see, actually, like, know where they're going.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And
but I did like the flickering light.
In the show,
cool.
like...
Did I just...
What?
God damn it, this again. This again.
Go ahead.
No, it was okay. I was trying to correct myself. I accidentally said flickering likes.
Likes? Casey Likes.
Yep,
right
my
here.
English.
What up, boy? My name's Casey Likes. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I totally forgot what I was gonna... Oh, and in the show, the hospital isn't dark. It's just, like, lit from outside. So I didn't have a problem with that. And I knew that people needed to kind of see in the queue, so, you know, that's all good.
I didn't even watch the show, so I don't even know that.
Until they realize that it's not a ride and it's a walkthrough.
Right. Oh my god. I just love to see people thinking that this is a ride or like some kind of show.
Yes.
Anything that isn't a walkthrough attraction, as it clearly says at the entrance in big text under the ride logo. I just called it a ride. Okay, I'm leaving, guys. Bye. Bye.
All right.
Can I delete my account?
Honestly, block me.
Dude, block me and
Yeah.
just report myself for stupidity a million times. Unsubscribe.
Anyway, um, what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. That's people. After going through it so many times, I noticed so many people like walked in and got scared by the first walker, and they ran back out the opposite direction. Like it was ridiculous. I didn't go one day without that happening. And which I kind of think it was kind of dumb because the only other emergency exit before the prison is right behind where one of the walker character
Oh
positions is.
yeah.
So you have to walk by a walker to get out of the thing. So I don't really know what they were thinking when it came to that, but like it wasn't really smart because I knew the lady that got scared by the second one was not going to walk by him again to get out. So, whatever. Anyway,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I hate that so much. I
um,
really hate that. I mean, I like the troll move where you have to get past the scare actor in order to leave. I guess that's the best possible choice that you could do. It's just like, hey, you came to this attraction for a reason to get scared. Might as well get scared going out.
and I love the people that get scared of ops. Like, there's just someone standing there with a vest right next to the emergency exit, and they're like, ah.
Yeah, I get scared too when I'm trying to record and there's a guy like, hey, turn that off! Like, just every time, even when I'm just like holding it right here, like, put that away!
I just had it out. I wasn't even filming anything, and the phone was in my hand, and he's like, "Please stop recording."
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So I think we should probably go into the attraction walkthrough description. So we're just gonna talk about what happens. If you guys don't want spoilers on the attraction, I mean, we're not gonna show any walkthroughs, but we're just going to describe what exactly happens in it. So if you guys don't want any spoilers on the attraction, go ahead and just leave, block us, unsubscribe, everything, because we're about to do that. So your spoiler warning is in 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're going to go
ahead of zombies.
Start right in the beginning. So we start from the hospital, and we walk right into another hallway of the hospital that says something with brains. Neurology, I think. Yeah.
Hey, Sato Academy of Math and Science.
Yeah. All right then.
Represent.
Alrighty. And so you go down that hallway, and there's like a bulletin board that has a whole bunch of Easter eggs on it, and you see a door that is like glass, and it has a body inside. So you're thinking, why is that body in there?
Blood smears.
And then this huge zombie guy jumps out and starts banging on it. Which honestly, when I watched the POV, I was like, okay, that's the weakest scare. But that's the one that actually got me. So it was surprising.
Like sometimes they can like slam on the glass
the window
and just like
right next to it. Yeah, they slam on the window next to it when you're not expecting it. And while we're on that, like, you turn a corner and you walk out of the hospital into the forest. But I noticed on one of the days I went through, the second walker that scares you in the forest actually teamed up with the one in the hospital. And there's a gate right next to the hospital thing. And I don't know if you saw this, Alvin, but one of the walkers jumped out of that gate and scared the people back into the hospital, and then the hospital walker scared them again. So there were like 3 scares in the matter of 5 seconds. So I thought that was some really cool teamwork.
Well done.
Definitely held up the walkthrough a little bit, but it was really effective because I actually got scared by it because I didn't expect the guy to jump out of that gate. All right, so next you go by the totally realistic, picture
You go
perfect,
to a forest.
picture perfect bicycle girl that looks
Bicycle
exactly
girl.
like the one from the show.
No, no, it doesn't. I don't
Yeah,
know what you're
that's
talking
the
about. I'm just kidding. I know the subject of them.
that's the
I
that's the one
don't
thing I was kind of
understand how.
disappointed about attraction.
Yeah, the nose, the facial features, like the structure, it's so off. There's no
Yeah,
nose going on.
yeah. I mean, I was fine. It was kind of cool because I would walk through by myself a lot. Like there wouldn't be a group behind me, so the walker would actually follow me and look at me. So it was really cool with that and with the sensors. I thought that was really cool, and the Tronic itself is honestly not too bad. It's just like we were
There's like
the
not a
huge
lot of movement.
advertising, and it's like in all the descriptions, oh, bicycle girls in there, but like honestly, it looks like bicycle girl's cousin, in my opinion.
It it's just like the movement. I was expecting like more of a back and forth movement. It honestly looks like it's just staying in one spot. Like just
No, it moves back and
only
forth.
like yeah, I know, but like it doesn't move like far. It just like moves an inch, and
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like going through the walkthrough and missing that point where it's just going forward and back. But
Honestly,
like,
like the animatronic itself is fine for me. I thought it was
yeah,
probably the best that Universal could do, but it's just it didn't look like the one from the show. And as a fan from the show, like that was a little disappointing, but it wasn't something that was too overpowering that it just ruined the scene. I enjoyed looking at a walker that looked at me as I walked past it. So
that was like, uh, I wish I could have seen that because whenever we're going through the Walking Dead attraction, we're always in a group and it's just
oh
like
yeah.
looking in random directions.
Yeah, it was
By the
cool.
way, there's an Easter egg in that particular scene. If you look closely, you can see a bicycle in the background, probably a nod to the bicycle girl.
Oh my god, are you serious right now?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my god, we
serious.
lost a
You
viewer
could
because
see
of
it.
you. You just said that and we lost. They're like, we should just title this video Asian says something about the Walking Dead attraction
We
that
have
makes no
one viewer
sense. Watch this. And we have like on the thumbnail, there's like a big circle. It's like an
now. Come
arrow.
back.
God.
Come back.
we lost a viewer.
No, I'm serious though. There's a bicycle in the background. It's probably
Yeah,
a nod to bicycle girl. I think it's an Easter egg towards bicycle girl. I don't know. That's clever, John Murdy.
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
think we
it's
lost
an Easter egg
Anthony
to
and
bicycle.
Sonic Speed.
It's an Easter egg to Bicycle Girl because Bicycle Girl isn't in the actual scene. So I mean,
I mean,
all right. So next part, you walk into this little tiny forest scene hallway, I guess you could describe it as. And this walker jumps out with a huge light on him, and it's not a strobe light, which kind of
strobe lighting.
surprised me. I don't know
Wait,
why they
it
didn't
isn't?
strobe lights except for the prison. Like there were,
I swore they used strobe lighting at that point.
but they didn't. Like it was just a huge spotlight. It was
Bless
from
you.
at least from the things the walkthroughs I had. It was just a huge spotlight that he had on him.
I could. Oh, okay. Never mind. Now I'm remembering clearly. There was no like strobe lighting.
Yeah. What?
I don't know why that was in my brain.
Yeah, no strobe lighting there. It looked like there was in the videos, but there was just a big spotlight with like a huge sound. All right, so the next part was the burning cabin scene, which
Oh yeah.
it was really cool. Like I walked by it and you could feel the heat because they had heaters on over there. And like I honestly think that the walker itself is probably a bigger highlight than the actual flaming cabin itself. I just watched him walk past and there was like smoke coming up behind his back. and
Oh yeah.
all of that, and it looked really cool. Like the mask was just, it was really cool, and I don't know, that entire scene was just cool to me.
I love the foxfire in that part.
Yeah,
Just like it didn't. I don't know. Like foxfire, the problem is like you can't get it to look exactly like fire, but it's the closest you could get to fire. And I love how they also had like smoke coming out of it. There's like a separate foxfire that isn't lit orange, so that it looks like there's also smoke next to it that's steaming out of the burning cabin.
yeah, and
But
something that like not many people notice, but right to the left of that, of when you're walking down that part, there's a whole bunch of walker parts that are like cut up on the side, and
chopped
then there's
off.
Michonne's katana that's sitting there. So that's a cool.
It's like a nod to Michonne.
Yeah, and there's like a lot more Easter eggs that are sitting right in front of that cabin. Like there's a phone there. There's just like a whole bunch of stuff that's sitting outside the cabin that I didn't exactly recognize all of it, but I bet like more fans that studied the first few seasons would understand
I
more.
didn't even know there was like stuff sitting outside of the cabin. All I
There was a
noticed was like
whole
the
bunch.
cabin itself.
Like there's a whole bunch of cans that are sitting out there. There's like a Del Arno food can that's sitting out there. Um, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's sitting outside the cabin that like I didn't get all of it because it's been a while since seasons 1, 2, and 3. But I bet someone picked it up.
I mean, all I noticed was like a bunch of logs and a skeleton sitting on top of it. That was the only thing I caught.
Yeah, that was kind of weird to me. Like I don't know about you, but like maybe I'm missing something, but those skeletons sitting on that fire thing, like I thought it was kind of weird. It
It's
seemed like
bad.
really indie haunt to me. Like
Like
there
there's
wasn't
no
blood or
like it's not black. Like
yeah.
realistically, a full out skeleton won't be lying in fire. It would look like black and all
Yeah.
crumbly and stuff like that.
And there wasn't
It
any
wouldn't just be like fresh.
there wasn't any gore on it. There wasn't any like it honestly that was the one thing that I kind of noticed was weird in that scene. Like everything else looked really cool and it looked really like it matched there. But when you have this one charred walker that's there and it looks and has a whole bunch of skin on it, then you have this like skeleton that looks like they just bought it from the Dollar Tree. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have like painted it black or put some more charred gore on it or something and just make it look more burnt. But I don't know. It feels like a last minute decision that they just forgot to fix. So I don't
I
know.
guess the same goes for the log that's burning on it too. Like it's just like I wish on the top they made it look more burned and had like little specks of glowing orange light coming from it.
Yeah.
I guess to like make it look more realistic.
Yeah. I mean, I everything in this like thing, I noticed that there's like a whole bunch of huge scenes. All the scenes are big. I mean, when you're going through
Yeah.
a Halloween Horror Night attraction, it's everything's small and condensed, and I guess that's why it is so scary. But this one, the scares kind of lacked, which we'll talk about scares later. But I think it's kind of because the scenes were just huge. Like everything was just really big, which is odd for an attraction that seems kind of small. But
I guess that yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why it came short as well because the scenes were like so big
yeah.
and that's all the space they use.
Yep. Next part was you see the prison and it's right next to the cabin. There are no transition scenes, which I guess that works for easily bored members or regular citizens that are walking through. But it was like very abrupt. Like you can see the cabin and the prison right next to each other. Very intense. But whatever, it's all good. and you walk by, you walk into this really cool looking prison. The walls looked awesome. The facade looked great. Something we haven't seen in HHN, that facade. I thought that was really cool. The scare was all right. It got a lot of people behind me and in front. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
And then you walk into that hallway that has doors in there that are probably going to be used for HHN's characters when they
I
have
didn't even
HHN.
realize that.
Yeah. And then the prison. Let's talk about this. The prison is the exact same one from HHN. I have no problem with that because it looks great. But
It's extremely spacious.
oh yeah, it's huge, man. And I noticed that there are already a lot of HHN's character spots in there. Like they're already ready, and they're already like all they have to do is put in a strobe light there, and an actor. Like you'll find these places where the people can hide, because you'll notice that like there's a pattern in the prison. There's a whole bunch of projections all over the cell blocks, but then there's like 1 or 2 doors in there that just have a sheet and a light behind it, and the sheet is kind of just like sitting there, and it's not really taut or anything. It's just kind of like hanging there. So it's obvious that they're gonna put actors in there for HHN. Yo, what up? All right, we have Clarence from Nubnuts. Right now we're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Nubnuts. I'm from HHN Squad. I'm just kidding. Hey, what's up?
Yep. What up, Clarence? All right, so we're doing a virtual walkthrough of The Walking Dead right now, and we're talking about the prison. We already talked about how there's a whole bunch of HHN's character spots in there, and yeah, that's it for that. So would you like to talk about anything else with the prison?
Oh wait, hold up. I just want to ask, where the heck is everybody at?
Well, we just have Alvin and you right now, so.
Did anyone else join
Paige
in?
is helping with his dad, and Jose is joining in right now.
Okay.
All right, so let's wait for Jose, and we'll all do a big welcome. So everybody in the comments, right when Jose joins, go, "Welcome, Jose!" Yeah, dude. All right, hold on.
Yay!
Let me go to the.
All right. Okay. Sonics V News says, "How does that new logo feel towards me?" I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
What's a new logo
Like you
now?
put the XD. I don't know. Do I have the Team Fortress Alvin logo on me right now? Please tell me it's not on me.
No, it's creepy.
No, you have Creepy Carpy. Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Because now I don't really understand what he means by that. Because if it says Team Fortress Alvin, I'm leaving and I'm blocking myself.
Oh,
I'm
the new
my
logo.
account.
It's the new Universal logo. He's talking about that. You made the.
Oh, that's what. Dude, I wanna say that that one catchphrase that I used in the video, but I can't like say it because
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure no
let's
cussing
not.
out on the podcast. Let's not do that. Let's go. All right, there we go. I censored myself.
That was good. That was good. All
I
right.
didn't do it like I did in the video, but I probably
You didn't, and you're just gonna have to check Carpy Rants to see what he actually said. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on since Jose is like not showing up. Anybody want to talk about the prison?
It looks sexy.
It was very detailed. It was actually very detailed.
And there was a lot of Easter
The bed sheets with the projections. Yeah. Oh yeah, Carl's pudding on a cart.
Carl's.
You could find Rick's hat under the stairs as well as Herschel's crutches.
There's just a lot of Easter eggs going on. We got Judith's baby carrier. We got games that they played on the show. We got Carl's pudding, Rick's hat, some dead body that I don't really know what that is. There's a Woodbury sign in there.
Oh my god, I can't even catch up with all of these. I need to go back in there and look for every one of them. I guess
Honestly,
it's like more funner. Funner is not even a word. What am I
oh my
saying?
god,
It's more
you
fun
funner.
going through the Walking Dead attraction and looking for the Easter eggs. Like my best friend and I, every time we found an Easter egg inside the maze, we got extremely excited and started just like bouncing in happiness and stuff like that.
Yep. It's kind of like impossible to see all the Easter eggs in one walkthrough for the prison scene alone because there are so many. Like you have to go through like 5 times to see all the Easter eggs in the prison because the ops people will make you move.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the prison, I kind of want to just like say a quick little story. The last 5 walkthroughs I did of The Walking Dead on Thursday. The actor in there, I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, you were lit, dude. I walked in and he looked at me because I was walking in alone at first, and then there was a big group behind me, and he kind of made a circle with his hand and his finger, kind of like doing a circle. I don't know how to like explain that, but he was like doing a circle with his finger, looking at me, like kind of talking, like kind of making it look like he was talking about me going through on repeat because I had already gone through 5 times. And so by that point, we ended up starting like communicating every time I went through. The next time I went through, I did the rock on symbol with my fingers, and he did a fist pump in the air. And like then I like put my hand to my heart, and then he like hit his chest twice. And yeah, so it was cool. Whoever that was, you were lit. And all right, anyway, back to the walkthrough.
Go get people out of here.
Yo, yeah, he was. What? Let's talk about those masks for a second. I didn't realize
Wait,
they
he was
were
wearing a
masks.
mask?
Dude, you didn't know that?
No, I'm nearsighted. I can't see that.
Well, when you look at it, it's really bad. You can tell.
It actually. Okay, so if it was a mask, then it looked pretty legit from where I'm standing.
Dude,
because
it didn't look
I'm
that
nearsighted.
bad.
I can't see far.
Like it just looked bad to me after like 3 times going through, but the first 2, I honestly didn't even realize it was a mask.
Well, when I looked up, I realized it. I was like, that mask looks like it's about to fall off.
Oh man, if only I had glasses going through. Damn.
Now, are they
It looked
imitating?
really good to me.
Are they imitating a certain character? It's Jose.
Oh, Jose! Hey! Everyone congratulate
Jose.
him for like, being a few minutes late.
Yes, we have Jose from Mr. HHN, also known as Thrill Seeker Network.
He was watching Ghostbusters.
I'm late.
Awesome. We'll talk about Ghostbusters close to the end of the episode since we're just kind of gonna run over for a little bit. All right, so right now we're going through like the virtual walkthrough of the attraction. We're just walking out of the prison right now, and there's that final scare, which is like the one strobe light in the entire attraction.
Oh yeah. It's not a good scare either. Like he just slowly walks out there behind like a bunch of like stuff on a
Like it's
what
not
do
a
we
good
call it,
scare
like,
for
the
us.
root shelf
There's
thing?
2 strobe lights. There's 2.
It might not be a good scare to you because we're used to like
yeah.
quick scares in Horror Nights, but I know people like were freaked out by that because he kept reaching over and everybody kept like slamming into the wall, getting away from him. He was honestly really good once he got there. It was just like it took him like 5 years to walk. I don't understand what the point of the strobe light and sound was because like that wasn't the scare. The actual scare was when he leaned over the bench.
Alright, before we leave the prison, there's 2 things I want to mention and talk about. The first thing is the projections of showing like people shooting the walkers and stuff like that. And I think the guy who was going, go, get these people out of here! I think he was shooting towards them. Or was he shooting behind us? I don't know. But
No, he was
I
shooting
like
at them
how...
and the bullet holes in the sheets.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I need to bring my glasses next time I go through. Anyways, like, I like how whenever they're, like, even, like, the first time you go through the prison, that first hallway, like, you see the guy fighting with the zombie, and whenever he's shot, the light from the muzzle is like in the room. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah, I
like
feel.
it's
Yeah,
just like not part of the projection. It's also it seems like it's real.
I thought the projections were cool, and they were definitely a good idea, especially considering that like we don't have as many actors. It's definitely like from what I'm guessing, it's the projections are just there until Horror Nights, and then they're gonna take out the projections and put actors because
Oh
that's what they
yeah.
did with actual Horror Nights when they had the prison in there. So I just think that's like a temporary thing until Horror Nights. But I mean, they're cool and they look cool and they're definitely something cool to look at. But so, like the first one that you walk up to, it kind of doesn't look like it's right. It doesn't like the people look too
Yeah.
small. Like if they just pulled the
It's,
projector back a little bit, it would look more realistic. But it honestly just like the people look too short. I guess you could say that. Whatever.
yeah. All right. The second thing I want to mention. Oh wait, does anyone else want to say anything about the projections before like I talk about the next thing I want to talk about?
The projections are better than the screen thingy effect, which I didn't like,
Oh yeah.
What screen thingy effect?
where they have like the walkers eating the guy and it's like a TV
Oh
screen.
yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I have some problems with that scene too,
Yeah.
but like yeah, you
Like
go
if they would
ahead.
have replaced that with like projections, it would have been much better in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Alvin.
All right. I just want to make sure. Does anyone else have something to say about the projections?
Nah, they're lit.
Okay. All right. So the next thing, right before you exit the prison, before you enter the weird brick hallways, there's like a body
Oh yeah.
on the balcony, and if you walk under it, you can feel water dripping from you, and when you look up, you'll see like it's completely red, like there's blood all over it, and there's a dead walker over you, and I don't know, I didn't see it or feel it the first time I went through, but like after the few times I looked, like I felt water dripping on my
Yeah.
shoulder. I look up and I see there's blood all over the or I don't know what you call it. Is it a catwalk? Is it like a balcony? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I guess you could call it a
But
catwalk.
you look up and you see a dead body on top of you, covered like the catwalk is like covered in blood. And I don't know. I guess that's another scare factor for people walking through.
The water thing, like I don't know what they did, but I don't know where it came from because I was looking all around. I saw there was a drip thing up there, but it was like it happened like every one out of like I don't know. It didn't happen very much, and I guess that's just to control like it not getting slippery below. But like I only felt one drop, and it's weird, man. Like honestly, I wouldn't expect anybody to feel that, but then like they did. I felt it, and I was like, wow, that was one drop, and it
Pretty
got my
bad.
attention to look up. So I don't know. I don't know what they did there, but they had some like dark magic stuff going on. Like they knew it was gonna hit my hand, and then they knew I was gonna look up, and it wasn't even dripping that much. I don't even know what happened. I don't know if there was a tripwire in there somewhere, but it was weird, dude.
And that sucks. I never got like hit by any of it, so I never got to look up.
And there was a sound effect of the water dripping or the blood dripping. So
I heard the
that was
sound effect, but I never got hit by it, so that kind of
It's
sucks.
like in the Mummy where the hands are coming from the ceilings and stuff
yeah,
like
dude.
that,
That
and
was
there's
weird
like,
too.
oh no, never mind. It's supposed to be the beetles that are dripping on you, not like the juice from the hands.
Which is kind of weird, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Beetles are not water.
like directly going under the beetle scene, and then just like, yeah.
All right, let's get out of the prison. We're walking down through this dark hallway that is filled with bricks, and it has that like movie trailer sound effect that's in every single movie trailer. Da, da,
And
and then yeah, that's the sound.
then at the end of that hallway, you see a dumpster with a walkie-talkie on top of
A
it,
bunch of
and
other prison crap on it, which I bet there was.
soldiers.
Yeah, there were, I don't know. I looked at it and I thought it was Glenn's dumpster, but like there were dumpster rules on there, and there were like a whole bunch of
Yeah.
text things that I honestly couldn't read. I don't know if you can see it in your night vision walkthrough, Alvin, but
Oh
like
no, I caught it, but
what
I can't read it. It's
you
just
can't.
like blurry a bit.
Yeah, it's because like I tried to stay there and read it for a second, but like I couldn't find honestly, and all that text that's there, like I couldn't find any Easter eggs in the text, which was weird.
But I
And
did catch because Clarence was dressed up as Glenn when we walked through. He
oh
was
yeah,
trying to go under the dumpster.
yeah, that was fun.
Like,
That's mine. That's my dumpster.
yeah, it is.
And I was yelling at
Oh.
everybody, saying, "Go back for my pudding."
Yeah.
Um,
By the way, what I mentioned the walkie-talkie, and I forgot to mention this when we were talking about the queue. Like, you couldn't really hear what the guy was saying on the radio. Like, I don't know, over the people talking, you couldn't hear what the guy was saying other than
Yeah.
like talking about weapons or food or something like that. So, I don't know. I think a lot of people wouldn't really understand the premise of the entire attraction because you can't really hear like the radio clearly.
like the overall theme that, from what I could hear from the walkie-talkies, is you're supposed to get to the prison. Like, that's it.
Once you get to the prison, he says the prison isn't safe. You have to get out or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
And
how
they're
I
both
heard.
from the same
They're
guy.
moving to the warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's basically, it just says you have to get to the prison, and it's just giving you like a whole bunch of like information on how to kill walkers and stuff when you're in the hospital.
Yeah.
He kept saying like aim for the head and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and like, I know I'm talking a lot, but like, I noticed so much by walking through. Like, okay, let's talk about the Del Arno Foods scene. That,
Nice to meet you.
yeah, let's talk about that guy.
introduce
First of all,
my friends.
why does he sound exactly like Negan? This is my question.
I don't know.
Like, I'm looking around, I'm like, is Negan here? Like, but no, it's that freaking old guy that's not even in the show. Like, first of all, who is he? Why is he shooting people? He doesn't have a wolves thing on. Why does he sound like Negan? I have so many questions about who the hell this guy is.
It's John Murdy.
It's John Murdy. No, it's Chris Williams because he has a beard.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, there's a whole, like, crap ton of places for HHN's characters in that room. Like, there's already one that's set up right where the exit is. There's already, like, it's just a whole bunch of places for actors.
Yep.
Like I heard like from like media reviews and stuff. Apparently the guy is supposed to be a savior, and the entire thing was a trap. I don't know. I can't really understand it from the attraction itself, but according to some things, that's what it says.
Well, he did sound like a savior because, like, towards the end, he's all like, "I have some friends you want to meet," and since like it's basically the savior throughout,
you want to meet.
and since basically like throughout the whole attraction, it's just basically the savior's whistling and stuff. So he probably is a savior. I don't even know, but the only thing about it is that his mask just like pisses me off and it like irritates me since it
Why?
looks really off, and then like his eyes are just all hollowed out and stuff, and you can clearly tell it's a mask.
I didn't get that vibe. I didn't have too much of a problem with the mask. They did what they could.
I'm irritated by the fact that I can't tell it's a mask because I'm nearsighted. It actually looks like it's part of the person. Like that's what he looks like. Even the person in the prison, I thought that was the actual person. So I don't really know what to trust anymore because I can't see that far.
I mean, even though, yeah, it does look like a mask to us, like, first of all, most people won't notice that. Second of all, it's like, it's still the best human mask that I've seen in any attraction.
I don't know. One person will notice it. I I'm
Maybe
not gonna
it's
say its name. I'm not gonna say its name.
Okay. Wow.
more people.
Oh my God, I know. Oh, that's messed up.
Wait, what?
No, we shouldn't say.
All right, just put it in the group chat then. Um,
Oh yeah.
um, okay. Anybody else have any comments on Del or no? Why
Alright,
is it
well,
so big?
I want to tell you like something about this scene though, like the
Yeah,
thing I.
it's extremely
Alright,
big.
go ahead.
No, you could go.
Alright, the thing I really liked about the scene and stuff are the animatronics in here. Like everything inside the truck is an animatronic. And the first like couple times I walked through this, like the guys on like the first truck you see, like the ones that look like they're eating something, and then there's like this guy that's crawling at you. I didn't know those were animatronics. I thought those were real actors until later walkthroughs when I
No,
noticed they were animatronics. So that was like really well done in my opinion and
the
stuff.
one that's calling at you
Yeah,
is
the one
actually
that was crawling at you is a scare actor.
yeah.
No,
That's
he's
It's
an
the same trick
animatronic.
that they use.
He
No,
has
no, he's
like
a
half of his body is like missing.
no.
no, it's
His
a scare
body's
actor.
underneath the truck.
What? I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
It's like the same trick they usually do at HHN.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know
Oh,
that.
let's talk. Okay, so for the press videos, that scare actually wasn't ready yet. You can kind of just see a piece of
Yeah.
cardboard that they like put over that scare, and you just had the actor that was supposed to be in there, like he was just walking around in that scene, and that was in the SoCal Attractions 360 walkthrough. Like you can just see that the scare is not ready yet, so it's just the animatronics in the truck. But then like finally he's sitting in there for the actual walkthrough now.
Oh yeah.
He has the best job in the entire attraction. He just gets to lay
Just
down.
sitting there.
Everybody else is
I like how the thing moves too. Like the entire body, like it's just not a static.
Yeah.
It's just like moving with him,
Yeah.
rotating around.
It was crazy also, like those are big trucks, dude. Like they're like
Yeah,
full
it's
size
really long.
trucks. I thought that was crazy.
I'm really wondering if they're gonna like, cause there's spots in the attraction that could be changed as time goes through the seasons. So I'm really wondering if that specific spot is going to be filter for
Honestly,
upcoming seasons.
like I feel like I feel like I kind of know the scenes that are designed to be taken out. And I don't know if the Del Arno food truck scene is one of them, because like there's a whole bunch of space behind the trucks that they could use, and they could like just take out the trucks in general, and maybe you just put like half the truck in there with the lids closed, and then like you get to go behind it. But like that's a huge scene. That's bigger than any other scene in the entire attraction. So I hope they put a lot of characters in the prison and that scene for HHN.
Yeah. Also, there's if you look on the stage where the zombie is getting shot, there's a pile of pallets there. Daryl's crossbow is sitting on it.
Oh, is it?
In case you guys didn't know that. Yeah, it is. Oh, wait, I thought you noticed that.
Dude, I looked through those ballots so many times, and all I found was a frickin' baby bottle.
Dude, it's sitting on top of it. When my best friend Annalie and I saw it, we were freaking out. And I thought you heard us. Like, we were so loud, just, like, excited about seeing Daryl's crossbow sitting on there.
I'm
I
mad.
thought you would have seen it. I thought everyone would have seen it by now.
So mad.
I saw it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Now all we need to
35
find is
times
sneak.
walking through.
Alright.
Notice the freaking thing that's obvious.
Yeah, it's just, like, right on there on the stage.
Which, I don't know how the scare worked, but it did. Everybody got scared by the guy standing up there like 5 feet away from him.
I think besides the burning zombie or walker, that's the one on the stage is my second favorite walker because of how it looks. Like the skin is gray and just the face itself, I don't know.
Yeah, got you. I don't know. I kind of like the two guys, even though they are obviously fake masks. I like the two guys because they both have like these cool, realistic guns that have smoke coming out of them.
Well, the guy in the prison wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
thought he
sure?
wasn't wearing a
I'm really
mask.
confused.
No, dude. Everybody is wearing a mask in the entire attraction except for ops people. The one in the
Oh.
prison just looks a little more realistic.
I need to rewatch that. I was pretty sure he wasn't wearing a mask.
No, he is. I know that because first of all, the eye sockets weren't right there, and second of all, the mouth doesn't move, and third of all, throughout the days I was going, the guy's height changed. So, and it was the exact same face.
I swore his mouth moved. I swore his mouth moved. I
Dude.
don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Dude,
Like, he looked at me.
Watch the walkthrough right now.
I swear we made eye contact and stuff.
Yeah, because his eyes are probably there, up next to it, but it's there. It's a guy with a mask.
I need to watch the walk.
Yeah, watch the walkthrough again. You'll notice it. You'll be like, oh yeah, dude, that is a mask. All right. What's next? Oh, then here's the finale scene. The frickin' like cement
Oh my
wall
God.
with the TV screens. Let's just talk about those TV screens. Anybody want to talk about that first? Because I think we all have the exact same opinions on it.
Best part of the attraction.
Yes. The TV screen. Like, seriously, it's too bright. There's something about it that's just extremely fake.
And the
Way
heads are
bright.
too big.
And then the guy
Yeah.
looks like Shane.
I swear the guy is supposed to be the one we just saw shooting at the zombies. I don't know. I feel like the characters have some type of importance into the story that the attraction is supposed to give off. I really don't know at this point.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask. You're right.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, dude, like, I don't know. I hope, like, I think we all know that scene is definitely, like, probably not going to be around for very long. First of all, it's not from the show. Second of all, if you knock on the walls, they're all, like, plastic and styrofoam and stuff. So that's definitely one of those scenes that they're going to change throughout the years, which I'm glad because it's just, like, it's kind of lazy, dude.
What I can see them doing for like HHN and stuff is they can just like pull the screens out and just have like actual walkers there, like maybe
Yeah.
like a glass and then like banging on it and stuff, and then like maybe they can open the glass and come at you and stuff. So I can see them doing that for like HHN, but it's definitely like the least impressive scene out of the whole attraction, and it's just like after going through all the big scenes in the attraction and all the cool special effects, just coming across that just felt really lame and stuff, and just I don't know, didn't really felt fitting with the whole attraction.
I mean, nobody, like, that I walked through was like, wow, look at that. Those are walkers behind there. Like, everybody knew it was a screen because usually scenes like that don't give off light into, like, usually walkers don't give off light. So, I mean, projection probably would have been better. A silhouette of something that probably would have been better, but, you know, I mean, they did the best they could, and, well, maybe they didn't, but for that scene, they did the best they could, so.
I really wish they... Oh, hold up. I really wish, like, they did the same thing that... Or did they do the same thing like they did in the Jurassic Park part during this nighttime studio tour
They did the
where you
same.
see the velociraptors attack? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel... Or maybe it's just my nearsightedness again. I thought, like... I don't know.
No, they
I don't know
both
what I'm
look about the
thinking
same.
anymore. Yeah, now my memory is just like fogging up right now. I don't really know anymore.
That screen is so obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
It's so bright.
It looks so much. You can just freaking. It looks like a TV screen, man. It's just so obvious.
I mean,
So
like,
bad.
they should have done it like they did the Hogwarts Express at Universal Orlando. Like,
But even
in,
that doesn't look
like,
that good.
no, if you're actually there, because I actually went on it, it looks good.
Wait, really?
Like, it actually, like, I mean, you could kind of tell it is a TV screen, but it does feel like you're on a train and you're looking at the environments. Like, it's not flat. It's not like a flat screen. It's actually curved. So you could look around and you could see more of the environment.
Huh. All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
just
wish they
that.
kind of did that for screens. Yeah.
And
Well,
then
let's not kid ourselves, dude. It's Universal. It's 2015. There has to be screens in some capacity in every attraction nowadays, right?
of course.
Yeah, I'll save this for the last, but there's a comment on a video that says, "This is the one ride that should have benefited from being a simulator," and it has 70 likes.
Oh my God, are you serious? Why?
People
Why?
actually agree with that. I'll save that for last, but I'll do a rant on it at the end of this podcast.
Okay then. Well, then let's go ahead and move on to the final scene. We got strobe lights out everybody's butt. We got some scene that nobody knows what it is. It's just a whole bunch of guys behind milk cartons and walker animatronics that work about 2% of the time. So
I mean, like, you can see the mouths moving, stuff like that, and them moving back and forth. So
it's hard
I
to
really
see
think
though.
that's
Like,
cool.
it's
It's
not
just like only
obvious.
2 of them doing it.
Like,
Yeah,
it took me 5
it's
times walking through to notice that there's actually animatronics in there.
yeah.
They all just look like statics to me. The finale scene, like, I hate saying this because I love the attraction. Like, it's so fun and I love walking through it, and I miss walking through it. But the finale is like definitely the most disappointing scene out of the entire attraction. Like, you have this entire attraction leading up with these huge amazing scenes with great lighting and great, like, not great scares, but like pretty cool scares. And then like the finale was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it just kind of seemed like a last minute decision to me.
And it was a little bit bright in there too. I mean, you had the strobe lighting, but there was also a light that just didn't make the entire room look stroby-ish. I don't know what I'm saying, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel what you're saying, yeah. Jose, any comments on
Like,
the finale?
On the okay, well, like, yeah, you're right. Like, it was like set wise, it was not that impressive, but in my opinion, this is like the most like effective scare out of the whole attraction. It was like the only scare that really got me the first time I walked through, and it was a scare I saw most people getting scared in, just because of like the strobe lights and like the scare actors like hiding with the dummies and stuff. So it's really lackluster for like set wise to like end the attraction was just like these big sets and stuff, but it is the most like the scare that works the best out of the whole attraction, in my opinion.
Yeah. People did get scared from it, and I mean, it's good scare wise. It's just like it didn't seem like a finale to me. Like the Del Arno food scene, or the prison, or even the cabin scene, like that seemed like a finale to me. But it just from what I'm thinking of it as like they got through. They've planned it. They plan the entire attraction first, and then they're like, okay, well, now we only have 25 square feet to do a finale. So what do we do? Let's just put some cages up, some strobe lights up, and some milk cartons, and a whole bunch of static figures. So it's all right. Like, it's fun walking through, and smells kind of weird, and it's kind of scary. It's just
oh, yeah.
like, it's like weird though.
Well, if you think about it, like kind of like think about it this way, like in House of Horrors, you have that big giant like laugh scene, and then like the actual finale, it's just a dude coming at you with the chainsaw. So you can think of like the Del Arno food trucks, kind of like that scene in House of Horrors, and then you just like get out to the guy walking with the chainsaw, which in this case is just like the dudes in the cages and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I just feel like it's
really
like
ticks me off.
it's kind of anticlimactic. What were you gonna say,
Yeah,
Alvin? Yeah.
I really dislike how if you look at the SoCal Attractions video, the lighting is almost exactly like the one in real life. Like
Yeah.
it's not really dark. Like I feel like that one scene would have been scarier if it was like almost not pitch black, but just like almost extremely dark, and you had like strobe lightings on the back of the walkers.
Something I think would have made it more scary is if they just took out the lights from the top, like they had those huge can lights that were sitting up there. If they just took those out, like it would have been 10 times more scary. Like just strobe lights, no other lights in there, but just the strobe lights. That would have made it really scary. But then they decided to add some
Or
more
have like
can light.
or maybe just have like those lights, yeah, lights flickering as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are right on this one. Like the attraction itself is way too lit up through like throughout the whole thing. Like from the beginning towards the end, it's way too well lit up. When the queue for Forbidden Journey is darker than the actual Walking Dead attraction, you know it's way too well lit up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but then again, like the Forbidden Journey queue, like nobody can see anything, but you know. Um, all right. Well, that's the finale. That's the walkthrough. We spent way more time than I thought what it was gonna take. So I think I think I'm gonna take out like a few of the things in there, few of the things like the topics in here. So we're gonna go on. I think we already talked about like theming and immersiveness and the details. It was pretty overall really good. Everything was really immersive and it looked really good. Any other comments on details or immersiveness?
Can I just give out like my opinion as a whole since I wasn't here for the majority of the podcast?
Yeah, the overall review is at the end for everything.
Okay.
Talk
All right.
about scares. We've already
I'll
talked about scares in like for some certain scenes, but let's talk about scares in general.
really wait.
True.
Well,
But
I mean, I understand. Like, I was talking to my parents about this and stuff, and they were like, it is a daytime Universal attraction, so they
yeah,
really can't make it that scary because you do have children and stuff walking in here, and I understand why it's not that scary and stuff. But, like, they could have done a better job at hiding some of the actors because some of them are just, like, legit standing in plain sight and stuff.
yeah.
House of Horrors pulled off the scares way better than this attraction did, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes, it
I
did.
say the exact opposite to be honest. Like
I felt House of Horrors was more scary than Walking Dead attraction was as a whole. Like you had some pretty good scares in House of Horrors to be honest and stuff. Like you had like the Mummy Boo hole and then you had Chucky and like the Norman Bates thing and stuff. And then like in here like the only really good scare like I said that I feel is in the attraction is that last scene with the strobe lights and stuff, but even that is kind of lackluster. And then like everything else is like out in plain sight or you know where it's coming from.
I think the best scares are the ones that the actors made up. Like the ones or it kind of like seems like the actors like not exactly a planned scare, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like the hospital where he bangs on the window and like the second window, not the first one, but the one where it doesn't have a strobe or any sounds to it. He just slams on that window. That was scary. That scared me the first time. Um and then the guy slamming on the window at the end. Those were like the
Yeah, that
best.
one always got me.
Um,
Even at Horror Nights, like anybody slamming on windows, like the face huggers and AVP, Evil Dead. There was no scare with the window, but there, like that one cabin scene, there's someone banging on the window, and it sounds like it's gonna break. I don't
Yeah.
know how, but it scares me every time.
Yep. Scares in general, it was honestly I didn't expect very much more. Like, yeah, they're kind of weak. Yeah, they're kind of bright, but I mean, it was fun. It's something that like I'm okay with walking through like by myself for on repeat, and it's not like and if that's if that's coming from someone who's used to Halloween Horror Nights scares, like I think that's good enough and that's scary enough for the general audience that's coming through a daytime attraction. Clarence, you have any thoughts? You haven't talked in a while.
Wait, what's up?
We're talking about scares.
It was it was scary as Horror Nights.
Yeah.
No, but for reals though, I mean, I don't know. Only time I got scared was like kind of during the end when his hand like kind of popped out. I didn't watch the walkthrough videos, so I don't know what I was gonna expect walking through it. But I didn't get scared except for like the ending part when my hand like almost touched my face.
Yeah. They placed the scares really well, which was cool. All right. Anybody else have any comments on scares? No? Alrighty then. Y'all are quiet. Okay, I mean, do we really have to spend an entire topic talking about length? I mean, I guess we could talk about it for a little bit. Anybody want to talk about the length?
4 minutes.
Shorter than we all thought it would be.
It's short, yeah, it's really short in my opinion. Like I was expecting it. Like I heard people say it was short, but I wasn't expecting it to be this short, honestly. But it's understandable since they did use a lot of space building those big scenes and stuff. So I'm not really too angry considering the size. It's nice and short and stuff, so it's okay, I guess.
And I mean, it seems like it really does seem like Universal was really trying to give the fan this is definitely a fan service attraction because I bet Universal would have been really happy and fine with using that for just Starbucks storage and more storage space. But then they were like, okay, we have 500, I don't know how big it was, square feet attraction, like just land sitting there behind Starbucks, and everybody's asking for a horror attraction. Let's try to work with what we have. So I'm fine with it. I'm just glad we have one.
I'm
Alvin,
cool with it
you
too.
I just want to say, if I were to run through that, we'd all be done in 1 minute. If we were to run through it, we'd make it through.
Oh, dude, you'd be done in less than that.
Yeah, exactly. You run through it, freaking. I'd say about 30 seconds.
Dude, the thing is so short and they put groups through so quickly that I was at the front of one of the groups and I walked just like a little bit faster so I could see the Easter eggs in. Okay, so it starts in the hospital, so I just walked a little bit faster and there were people still in the cabin scene. So I was like,
Oh my.
if at a certain point, I honestly could have turned my head and seen both groups at the same time.
Now, like, I do like another thing about it is that the queue line, it goes by really fast. It said 45 minutes, but we got in there like less than that. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty good. But they're like letting people in really fast, like you mentioned, so that probably explains it.
And they let a lot of people in at once. It's like
Yeah, and then
horror.
you just see like the other group in front of you, and you're like, oh, come on, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's
weird.
not a boring queue though. That's good.
Yeah, it's not a boring queue. That's one of the things that, it's not Jurassic Park looking queue or something.
Freaking Jurassic Park. All right, so we've talked about length, scares. immersiveness, walkthrough, the queue. We've talked about all of that. So we're going to get down to our final topic of today, and that's our overall review of the attraction. So who would like to go first? It's like a few sentences reviewing.
All right, I'll go. I've been waiting forever. Okay, so Walking Dead attraction. Final review. It's short. It's not scary. The sets are detailed. The costumes are great. It's overall very immersive and stuff. Right from the queue all the way through the end of the attraction, you feel like you've stepped into your TV screen and you're inside the world of The Walking Dead and stuff. So I feel like it's a nice addition to daytime Universal and stuff, and it's definitely something to keep us, the fans of like HHN and stuff, entertained for a while until we get Horror Nights and stuff. So it's a nice replacement for House of Horrors, and I'm just happy it came this soon into the game. It's a good attraction. Final review. It's great.
Yep. I'm
Alright.
honestly. Oh yeah, you go next, Clarence.
Now you want to go next? I don't really mind.
Oh, quick, just like I'm not gonna review it yet. I'm just really excited to see what they're gonna change with the scenes. Like, this is not a House of Horrors where it's always gonna stay the same. I'm so excited to see how much it changed throughout the year. All right, Clarence, you go.
Alright, so for pros, the queue goes by pretty fast, for one. Two, it's very detailed and it feels like you're in the show, and there are no black walls. Three, I do like the makeup and all that. It's great, and the effects are amazing. And then the cons for it is it's not scary, but it's a daytime attraction, so keep that in mind. And it's really short, so I give it an 8 out of 10.
Alvin?
As a non-Walking Dead fan, I really like the attraction. Like, I don't watch the show, but I could tell you do feel like you're walking through the show environment, and you are the characters going through these locations and trying to survive throughout like the entire attraction. From the hospital scene, which I extremely like. It's probably one of the best queues in all of Universal Studios, aside from either Transformers or Mummy. Like, the entire maze is incredibly detailed. It was short. I mean, the TPR video was almost a minute, like 2 minutes and a half of the entire attraction, but I really like the masks. They really look realistic. You couldn't really tell that the actors are looking through some kind of slit above the eyes. I mean, it looked like the eyes were a part of the scare actors and like the mask itself. So that was great. Let's see. I hate that TV screen part. The smells were great. Overall, it's a great addition to Universal Studios, no matter what other people say about it.
All right, so that I'm gonna get down to my final review of it. I obviously really like the attraction. I've went through it 35 times if I hadn't said it already enough in this podcast. Like, I really loved going through it, and it was something that really tied me over, and it's so fun going through it that many times and getting to see all the details, because there's just I guess that's one word you can describe this attraction with. From the very beginning of the queue, it's details. There are details everywhere, and everything is so immersive, and it's just amazing to walk through it and see everything. And I mean, even if I wasn't a Walking Dead fan, like, I think I would really love this. Seeing all the walkers, the scares weren't the best, but in my opinion, it was scarier than House of Horrors. It was more detailed than House of Horrors. It was just really fun, and I'm glad we have a year-round horror attraction back at Universal. So I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 as well, 7 or 8 out of 10, somewhere between there. And yeah. While we're on the topic of reviewing things, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug my own series, that's Jose's, never mind. Screams from the Past, I think that's what it is. Is that what yeah, Screams from the Past. Where I review different mazes from the past. So yeah, go ahead and check that out.
Wait, Alvin, I just want to say one thing. Despicable Me's Q is very good. It's the best out of the rest. I don't know what you're
Honestly,
talking
Oh yes.
the blue, everything painted blue, really real, dude.
Yeah, dude, and then becoming a minion is great, and like that
Oh my
light
God,
that
that's
flashes on you in the middle, that's like the best scene right there. That's like that beats all Walking Dead effects.
Dude, that's lit.
all right. Can we talk about let's see.
All right, weren't you gonna do some sort of rant before we leave?
Yes. All right. So this comment on the SoCal attractions
No cussing.
video that says yeah, no cussing. I know that. I'm aware of that. So if you want to see me rant and cuss, check out the first episode of Carpy Rant because apparently it's funny, according
It's
to
lit.
people I have showed it to. Anyway, so there's this comment that says, I think this is one ride that would have benefited from being a simulator. Maybe Carl or Michonne shows up and guides you through some walker-filled woods, and at the end, Rick would show up and ask, how many walkers have you killed? And so on. Just my idea for the ride. It has 72 likes on that.
What?
I've lost my faith. I've lost my faith. The Rick idea about how many walkers have you killed. I don't want to live in this world anymore. People are commenting, good idea. And
That is an
you, sir,
amazing
are
idea.
brilliant. It's not a ride, it's an attraction. Okay, never mind. That's a good comment. I appreciate that one. They should hire you. That'd be the best thing ever. No. People want the Walking Dead attraction to be a Jeep ride.
What?
Which, yeah, people want it to be like you being on a Jeep and riding through with like live actor walkers throughout the entire thing. Some people even want
A Jeep ride sounds cool.
some people even
but, like,
yeah, but like some people even want like a paintball type thing, like a not scary farm, whatever you call it.
How the heck are you gonna
clearly
fit
mentioned
a giant Jeep throughout that whole thing? That Jeep is gonna drive through it in 1
Yeah, like-
second.
Think about it, though.
Indiana
You
Jones.
can do Daryl's motorcycle. You hop onto a motorcycle with Daryl.
You know how
There you go.
small
Like
the
the
ride
Tron
is gonna be?
Pony Express.
The ride's gonna be in like under 30 seconds and it's over.
Yeah. There's like no
30
space
seconds of
in
my
it.
life.
Someone told me like they wanted something like Buzz Lightyear's blasters.
You know
No,
how short that's gonna be, dude?
that was what the dark ride
They
that
wanted it like exactly like
And-
the Buzz Lightyear ride.
And
at
here's the
Disney.
thing with those laser guns you brought up. They're gonna keep breaking down, just like the ones in Knots.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
And
serious.
it's gonna have an extremely long wait time.
there was like another company that everybody expected they were gonna do a
Sally Corp.
dark ride in there. I don't remember what company it was, but they
Sally
had a
Corp.
Walking Dead ride ready.
Sally Corp.
What was it?
Sally Corp.
Sally Corp.
Yeah,
They're-
everybody was
it's-
like,
they're
oh,
also doing a simulator
Corp.
type ride.
they were like, oh yeah, Sally
It's like
Corp's-
Men in Black.
Yeah. But
What if Orlando gets it, dude? What if they get a dark ride?
Like
don't
they
know.
replaced Terminator 3D.
Yeah.
Honestly, just
I can
happy
see
to
that
have a
happening,
haunt.
to be honest.
yeah,
like
dude,
the one
why-
thing they would replace is Terminator 2 3D.
I'm
why
just happy to have
What?
an all year round haunt again. You know,
same, dude.
Other than Haunted Mansion. Other than the Haunted Mansion, I mean, this is it. This is the all year round haunt.
I like it, dude. I
Yeah.
really do like Walking Dead.
You're never gonna find this anywhere except for escape rooms. Those are the only other haunts you can find still.
And in Europe. Europe has their own Walking Dead attraction somewhere in
that's
Germany.
true.
And it's way longer. They have the terminus scene as well.
Hold up, really?
Highly
No, we're talking about
detailed.
this. We're talking about
The walkers are not good though. It's just that the sets they're extremely amazing.
Yo, I didn't know that they had one. I'm gonna go check that out. All right, guys,
It's
I'm
an
gonna go
8-minute
ahead.
walkthrough.
I'm gonna go
All
ahead.
right, can I end?
What?
Can I end with the Negan quote
Yes.
after you like properly close this?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Oh wait, I thought you were gonna close it, like properly close it, and
No,
then
no,
I
you're properly closing it this time, bro.
All right. Okay. So, hold up. I need to do that voice. Let me warm it up. Okay.
All right.
I got some friends. You ought to. No, that's not how it went.
Oh my God.
Hold up. What did he say?
Not Negan.
Not. Yeah, I'm doing Negan. I got some friends. You. Okay, here we go. Anybody moves? Anybody says anything? Cut the other boy's eye out and feed it to his father, and then we'll start. You can breathe. You can blink. You can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that anyways.
Glenn's dead.
I'm dead.
At Michonne. Anyway, all right. Don't want to get sued by AMC. All right. Thank you guys for watching this. Please remember to check out our Twitter at HHN Squad. We now have an Instagram. It is at HHN Squad on Instagram. Check it out. It's run by our friend Gage. And you guys will never know who runs the Twitter account. Ooh. Anyway,
Negan does.
It's me. It's me.
Yeah, it's totally Clarence, guys. Anyway, yeah, guys, please check us out on our social media.
Make it.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching our podcast.
Sorry. Okay.
We'll see you guys.
You guys now belong to Negan, dude.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. See you later. And this is HHN Squad.
We are the Walking Dead.